3.
I don't like you saying 1, 2, 3, considering we don't start the moment I press record.
1, 2. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Hey Franklin, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, so what's been going on? How can I help you today?
So I've been married to my wife for 8 years, and we have 4 kids together, and it's been great for the most part. We've had our ups and downs, we've had some struggles, but overall it's been great. And I work in the college ministry here at Calvary, and there's just been this one girl that we've gotten pretty close to. My family in general, we've gotten pretty close to her, and she's become like a sister. But in the past couple of months, I feel like those feelings in my heart have changed, and I just feel like as though as I've fallen in love with her. And that doesn't go to say that I don't love my wife, but I'm not in love with my wife. And I just don't know what to do, because it really, like, it just bothers me, and I stay up at night thinking about this. I know it's wrong, and I would never be unfaithful to my wife, but I don't know what to do. Like, this bugs me so much. There are times I just wish I could just die just to get away from all this, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know how to go about it. Like, I'm just completely lost as to what to do.
So, in this state you're in right now, do you feel like you're depressed?
Yeah, I mean, not in general depressed, but every time I think about the situation, it just completely brings me down.
And this person that's involved in college ministry, do you feel like that you really have feelings for it? Do you feel like those are your real feelings, or is it just your emotions going?
I don't know, every time I'm around her, I feel that way, and I mean, sometimes when I'm not around her, I just think about her, and it brings up all these emotions again, and I'm not sure exactly what it means, but that's how I know that I've been feeling lately, and that's how I know that it's been at as of right now.
So from what you told me, you're a father and a husband, and you're involved with the college ministry, and right now you're struggling in your relationship with your wife. So, you know, the scripture that comes to my mind is the book of Ephesians. It's actually Ephesians 5. It's where it says, "Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for her." And, you know, that verse, I think it's a verse that applies to every husband, because you're there to you're called to love your wife and just be there for her always. And I know you're at a season of just dryness in your relationship, but like no matter what, you're there to honor her, and that's what will strengthen your relationship with your wife. And I know you're the head of this college ministry, but like, be careful with, you know, who you're around, because you are a little bit older than some of these students, and you know, there will be times where your feelings and your emotions will take control of your life, and you can't let that happen. So I would encourage you, one, to, you know, keep your distance from this person, and two, also just to like remind yourself and remember that, you know, you're a husband, you're a father, you have 4 kids, and you know, it says also in Ephesians 5 that like Christ is the head of the church, and you are also the head of the household. So your kids will be looking up to you. Your kids are always going to be looking up to you and seeing what you're doing, and they're going to follow your example. And if you're not being a leader to your wife and not being a good example of being the husband you're called to be, your kids are going to follow that example, and it's not going to be good for them. It's going to not only affect your relationship with your wife, but your kids, and more importantly, the Lord. And, you know, I know you don't have the intentions of just like cheating on your wife. I know that by how you've explained this to me and how you're speaking to me, I know you have a good heart. But I want you to know that, like, outwardly you can be faithful, but inwardly, like, what's in your heart, what's running through. So, you know, like, I would pray. I would encourage you to pray and seek the Lord. You know, I was actually reading this morning, where it's Psalm 139, 23 and 24. It says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my anxieties, and see if there's any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." I would encourage you to maybe take a day just to pray and fast, and just ask the Lord to search in you, and just to see what's in your heart, and what could he do to fix this relationship. Because there's nothing I can do to fix this. Only the Lord can mend this and bring this relationship back to where it's supposed to be. And to ask the Lord, like, what do I need to do to fix this? How do I need to be a leader you call me to be? Because again, like I said, your kids are going to look up to you and they're going to follow your example. So I encourage you, and also just to like even maybe spend a weekend with your wife, just the two of you, and just honor her. It says that in Ephesians 5, just to honor her and just be a leader. So yeah, that's something I encourage you with, and I'll be praying for you. I'll keep you in my prayers this week, just so that you know that God created you for a purpose. He created your wife for a purpose and your kids. So yeah, can I pray for you right now?
Of course.
Father, I just want to pray for Franklin and just for what you're doing in his life. I see his heart and I see how you're just moving in him, God. And I see how you're doing this work in him in the college ministry and just in his life with his kids and his wife. And I just pray, God, that you would be in the midst of this trial, in the midst of this trouble, that you would be involved in it and that you would be glorified, God. I pray that you would take the time to seek you, to just pursue after you in this